The Reddit-ification of Fallout. The Reddit-ification of Fallout.
So Fallout has become atmospherically popular as of late, primarily thanks to Amazon's new television show. It's easy to see why the show is so successful. It's well produced, the costumes and sets are on point, and the writing at times can be engaging, although if
I had to click on this, man. Thank you, Johnny, for the 10. Could you react to one of the Undead Captures analog horror videos? After this, you don't have to watch a VR chat furry shake it. No. Yeah, I could check it out later. Thank you, Kalu, for the 25 months. Speaking of unfiction, did you hear about Dendron 64? No, I haven't. Is that another analog horror?
I have to witness another example of millennial humor being crammed in.
I love Fallout. I love Fallout as well. Dude, I grew up on that game. Like Fallout 3. Dude, I remember getting Fallout 3 on the Xbox 360. Holy. Dude, that original Fallout trailer for Fallout 3 went so hard. Fallout 3 is so overhated. It's so overhated. It was like the trailer and it's zooming out from the TV and stuff. Oh, here it is, the E3 trailer. Oh, man. This was it. This was 2008. Yeah, I had Fallout on the 360 as well. It's overhated, man. I hate to admit it, it's overhated.
Our American way of life. Isn't it grand? Peace, freedom, and bacon and eggs. Seems perfect.
I remember buying this Fallout 3 primer guide. My dad got it me for Christmas. I got it like a whole 2 months before I got the game. There it is. That big book there. That big book. I'm pretty sure I've still got that. What the fuck? It's $400? Wait, dude, I need to call my dad. I might still have that at home. Is it worth that much? Is it worth that much? Wait a minute. Yeah, this is before like you'd use wiki pages for everything. I studied that book, man. I was reading special. I was reading everything.
But what if it's not? Friends, your future may not be as secure as you think. Where will you be when the atomic bombs fall?
You don't need the money. You can always have more money.
You can secure your family's future by reserving a spot in a state-of-the-art underground vault from Vault-Tec. That's right, Bob. Act now, and your family can wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation. And Doris, the vault will have all the amenities of your modern-day home. And it's attractive. And Sally, in the vault, you might meet that special someone.
But they make a joke here about her having kids, and then the parents are just visibly uncomfortable.
Just as you would on the surface. And in a few short years, you and your fellow vault dwellers will repopulate our great country. And Billy, you'll have lots of swell kids to play with. Reserve your family spot in a state-of-the-art underground vault today.
There's all the Chinese people killing themselves outside.
Sign up now and prepare for the future.
Yeah, this was like the trailer though, man. Okay, I don't think I can play the rest. Did you need to get like a bit of food like stuck between your teeth? It's just Yeah, that game was absolute peak though, man. It's overhated. It's overhated because H-Bomber made a video shitting on Fallout 3. And I love his videos. But I just think like Fallout 3 it's too overhated. Obviously, Fallout New Vegas, way better writing. I get it. Very safe, water is wet opinion that New Vegas is better. But I would rather play Fallout 3 any day over Fallout 4.
Into every second of modern entertainment, I'd be happy to dunk myself into a vat of FEV just to traverse the planet as a sexless, roided green.
The Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition primer guide goes up to $575.
Meathead for all eternity. So popularity obviously means fan.
Well, the problem is I drew like a bunch of penises in it and stuff as a kid, so like, yeah, it's probably not going to be worth much now.
Which is typically good for...
I don't think Fallout 4 is bad. Fallout 4 isn't bad. I just mean I wouldn't play it. Dude, I tried everything to try and replay that game. I tried doing like a stealth build. I tried doing a melee build. I installed like a fat mod with the Tally Mass Effect skin just to try and activate that part of my brain. I couldn't do it. I genuinely cannot play through that game. The only thing that's better in Fallout 4 is the combat because enemies actually take cover, and that's it.
The health of the franchise. Although there is one problem. Fallout has been snowballing down a massive hill towards absolute slop ever since Bethesda decided to turn the franchise into a base-building shoot-'em-up that removes much of the role-playing aspects that made fans fall in love with the games in the first place. In my eyes, the show has only finalized Fallout's transformation in...
Problem is with Fallout 4, it's not really a role-playing game. You are told who you are. I think the woman, Nora, is like a lawyer, and then the guy, Nate, is like he was a soldier in the army. So you don't even really have a backstory there. I mean, you could say the same about Fallout 3 as well, to be fair, but yeah.
To a beige, easy-to-consume piece of slop entertainment, akin to everything else.
Also, in Fallout 4, couldn't you unlock every perk? So there wasn't really any character. I mean, Fallout New Vegas was brutal. It was like, you are going to miss out on the majority. Like, Fallout New Vegas, you almost have to do a spreadsheet of where you're going to allocate your points. Because if you don't, you're going to just lock yourself out of a perk much later down the line because you didn't have 75 points in a certain skill.
In the fucking modern-day media landscape. But hey, at least you can buy a Fallout Funko Pop. That's good, right? Spend more of your paycheck on standardized plastic shit. Throughout this video, I will briefly go into stylistic downgrades Fallout has experienced since New Vegas. Although I won't focus
Is he in like a fucking room to avoid the 5G waves? What is this?
on that too much, as there are countless videos that cover that better than I ever could. What I instead wish to focus on is the community that the show has attracted, how that interacts with the already present Fallout community, and how it may have
So confusing why Fallout 3 and 4 went down that route, because Skyrim gave your character a New Vegas sort of backstory. Well, I mean, keep in mind in the Elder Scrolls, you always start off as a prisoner. That was Morrowind, that was Oblivion. You're always a nameless prisoner. They just keep doing that trope. It's like the same trope of Resident Evil where they put you in a big mansion. It's, you know, they've done that in every game because it works.
affect these series moving forward. So Fallout was always split into particular
Geeked up playing Xbox all day clips. Oh, what? Well, like the courier's just doing a no-scope with the Gauss rifle and he's just in the stratosphere. Geeked up playing Xbox all day.
groups. There's always been gatekeeping in Fallout. There are fans that consider the Bethesda purchase to be the death of Fallout because they'd rather play an over-glorified Excel spreadsheet with
I'm going to get so much shit for this, but I think New Vegas is very good, but I also think people need to kind of hop off Obsidian's dick a little bit. They really haven't made a good game since New Vegas. Most of what they put out since being acquired by Xbox is just slop. They're going down the Rare route, like when Rare got acquired by Xbox. They made like Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. They did some really good platformers, and then they got acquired by Microsoft, and then they just went down the shit route of just making only Kinect games. Grounded 2. Dude, I'm not fucking counting early access open world crafting slop. People need to kind of hop. I mean, the thing is as well, Obsidian had an easier job because they already had the engine that Bethesda made. All they really had to do was like build the foundations on top of that. They had an easier job. So of course their story is going to be better. Of course their game is going to be better than Fallout 3 in every way because they had the foundations already to work with. They didn't need to make that.
fantastic writing.
I'm not saying in any way that they did a bad job though, or they're lazy. I'm just saying they kind of had like a leg up that a lot of people don't really seem to recall. Or they don't seem to know about or think about, I mean.
Whilst others choose to rant about the extremely
Play Tale
green
of Two Wastelands. It's a mod that merges the story of Foe 3 and Envy into one playthrough. Look into it.
You Baja Blasted for the 10.
tinted atmosphere.
I don't really run mods on Fallout, to be honest. It's like in New Vegas, I see everyone running a mod where you can sprint, and it's like, that's really good, but I'm trying to think of a way that it's not good, but I actually can't.
For Fallout 3. And finally, perhaps the most base option, there are people that will glaze the fuck out of Fallout New Vegas for being one of the best written games in the history of the...
Yeah, it's like when I saw Queso put Fallout New Vegas in his top 10, and it's like, you definitely have not played it, or you've not played a lot of it. You just got that because that is the public opinion. That is the grand opinion at the minute.
Gaming industry, despite being packaged in a piece of shit that runs...
I mean, he's not wrong there. New Vegas was laggy as fuck, terrible to run.
Like, absolutely...
It's I don't think people understand how much YouTubers dictate people's public opinion. It's actually insane. It really is insane. It's like Fear and Hunger. One of the reasons why that game is so popular is because of Super Eye Patch Wolf's video. Because his video, this video's on what, 7 mil now? 7 mil? 5 point, what the fuck? I thought it was on way more than that. All right, well, anyway, you know, 5.4 million people have saw that video, despite Fear and Hunger's player count, like, not even reaching, like, barely over 1,000. So it just goes to show how much a YouTuber's opinion, like, influences what you think of a game. And people will parrot that. It's like how with Harry Potter, right? Everyone says The Prisoner of Azkaban's the best film, and it is the best film. But a lot of people got that opinion because of YouTubers parroting in their video essays that it's the best film. And then the problem is when everyone gets their opinion from a YouTuber, then you have the anti-audience that starts to appear of like, oh, you're only talking about that game because of that YouTuber? Like, fuck you.
Crap. Regardless of these
it's like Cruelty Squad. It's like Cruelty Squad. You know, I don't want to mean to sound like I'm how do I word this? I don't want to sound like I've got an ego, because I definitely don't, but I brought a lot of attention to that game. My video is on like 9 million views. I mean, I even tried to organize a discount with Ville. So Ville got a ton of downloads on that, and he made a lot of money, which is good. He should have. Yeah, 12 mil. Like, a lot of people know about that game only through my video. Absolutely. So it just goes to show, like I don't think people realize the influence YouTubers have over public opinion. And then there are other games like, what's a good example? Cry of Fear. I did not. That game was already well known and already had a very niche fan base. Then my video like blew it up.
Woman slop, I show speed, NPC slop, Mr. Breast, digestible slop, pyrocynical, sloppy slop.
Queso is women slop. I just keep being recommended like IG reels of like women posting him just thirsting over him when he just goes into the fridge.
Opinions. The vast majority of the fans understood what Fallout was originally intended to be. A horror role-playing game that displayed the dark realities of war.
Like, dude, my social media at the minute, the biggest irony is guys are trying to looks max, get that jawline, get fit, get in shape. But from what I've seen online, most women want a guy that is like, he basically has a dad bod or he's just fat. Like the dynamic there is crazy. And then all the women are like simping over Leon right now because he basically just looks like a really buff twink. Like I made this argument before. Chris Redfield in Resident Evil Village got nowhere near the amount of girl gooning as opposed to Leon in Resi 9. Like a lot of gay men liked Chris in Resi 8, but that was pretty much it.
Utilized storytelling through environments, had endless options in terms of who you wanted your character to be through storytelling through a horror role-playing game that displayed the dark realities of war, utilized storytelling through environment.
Yeah, who won the lottery? I did. That's Spider-Man's voice actor, by the way, from the video games. Holy bowl cut. I like the flag spawning in, by the way. 10 out of 10 game.
Had endless options in terms of who you wanted your character to be through dialogue choices, which affect the overarching story.
Smell
and
that
of course
air!
included a tasteful amount of humor.
Can I be a fake fan for a minute? I've not even finished New Vegas. I haven't. I keep like, I do this really autistic thing when I play a game, I want to min-max it. And when I make a wrong choice, I just start all over again. I had that exact same problem with Fallout 3. Dude, I get so autistic about those kinds of games. It's like, you know, I will literally travel to the other side of the map to pick up a book that increases my lockpicking by 1 point. It's really bad. Like it almost ruins the experience for me. It's like, I remember when you start off in Good Springs and then you go to the NCR correctional facility with the powder gangers, which is really early on. I tried to like min-max all the speech checks and like, honestly, Fallout 3, it was a percentage base, so you could just save scum it. New Vegas, it's a number, and then it could be a number with barter, or it's usually with speech. If I couldn't hit that number, I would not engage with the conversation, load a save, play the game for like 4 hours to level up my points just to be able to pass that check. Like, that is not the way that you should be playing these kinds of games.
Humor
But I'm mentally ill.
sprinkled within a literal depressing post-apocalyptic hellhole. Fallout
You gotta play the DLCs. I've seen apparently that they're incredible. Dude, anything's better than the Mothership Zeta DLC in Fallout 3. I played all the Fallout 3 DLCs. Mothership Zeta, I remember even playing it as a kid. I was like, this is ass.
4 warped this slightly. Although most fans of the franchise saw 4 for what it was a good game, but it wasn't a good Fallout game. Especially in regards to the dialogue. Completely fumbled the bag there.
I'll see you in hell, along with the rest of the Commonwealth.
It's me. I am Sean. Thank you, Dash, for the
Fallout
15.
4 was my first Bethesda game. Never played Skyrim or Fallout 3 or NV, but I'm going back and playing Fallout 3 new and I don't understand it. Like I blew up Megaton just because I felt like it and it feels like there was no consequence.
I never blew up Megaton because I was so obsessed with like making sure that there were as many people alive as possible. Dude, I remember there was a bug in Fallout 3 you could use, like a cheat. Well, it's a glitch to get infinite, because I think you can have 2 followers max in Fallout 3. So there's a bug to get all of them, and then they just do a conga line behind each other. It's genius. I blew up Megaton, and I felt like there was no consequence. I mean, you've destroyed a major settlement where you've lost some traders. I don't know. I didn't want to blow up Megaton because I felt like I was just making the world a bit more dead, if that makes sense. I was blowing up an area that had a lot less NPCs. Like I was permanently losing a part of the map, even though I would basically never go there. Like obviously the 10 penny tower apartment is like really nice, right? But yeah, I could never blow up Megaton. I think the only person that survives Megaton is Moira, if that's her name, the one that wants to do that Wasteland survival guide. She has a quest, and she's ironically, the devs knew that you would blow up Megaton, so she's the only one that survives, so you can complete the quest.
You've seen to that.
Yeah, I remember the first and only time I beat Fallout 4, I did side with the Institute because, unfortunately, I don't know. I just kind of realized it's like, okay, it's your son. So, okay, I'll do anything to make my son proud of me.
Fallout games backwards, and I think because I played them backwards, I'm having a hard time understanding the appeal behind it. The combat is kinda bad.
The combat is terrible.
I blew it up just because I could, and it doesn't seem like anything really changed yet.
You got 1,000 negative karma, but if you've got like 10 bottles of clear water, just give it to a homeless guy and you'll be all right. Unironically. I mean, you blew up Megaton, you've just lost a permanent settlement because like there's not really a lot of big settlements in Fallout 3. You know, there's the Slavers. Who the fuck's going to go there? You've got Rivet City, I guess. Rivet City, I guess, is the biggest settlement there in the entire game. But Rivet City, oh, dude, I fucking hate navigating that place. I hate it. I hate navigating Rivet City. It's so boring. Megaton was a lot nicer to navigate because it was open. So I think that's why I kind of liked it and I kept it.
With the popularity of a show, a new crowd has been introduced, which has combined with the already present ecosystem to create something overtly toxic and, in my eyes, quite disrespectful. In order to present this appropriately, I will need to explain some of the issues that many fans had with Season 2 of the Fallout show. There will be spoilers here, I don't give a fuck, just don't watch, care about that. So Season 2 centers around perhaps the most beloved aspect.
I hate to admit it, Season 2, nothing happened. Unironically, nothing happened, the show.
Of Fallout, New Vegas. One of the most enthralling characteristics of the game were the factions.
Is that Dr. Bosch? I actually checked out if he uploaded any more of his Fallout ARG, but nothing for 10 months, which is really sad. I think it's ended.
Each of them were deeply flawed. Some of them more than others. Obviously, I don't support the ideology of Kaiser's Legion, but it is a fucking video game. But the game presented engaging reasons to side with one, even
Okay, so he just said Kaiser, which is the way you pronounce it if you're aligned with Caesar.
if it was purely ego-related, but like being a dictator alongside Kaiser's Legion. Again, if you choose to be a dictator in a video game, I don't think that reflects your act.
Wait, how can he be aligned with Caesar? He has a septum piercing. That's like the complete opposite. What? This is the first he/they that I have seen align himself with Caesar in my life.
Political
What?
ideology. A lot of people utilize. This all led to an ending that was far from perfect,
Dr. Bosch has ended. The creator confirmed that it's ended for now. Ah, okay.
but satisfying within the context of Fallout. There was potential that perhaps society would rebuild in some regard. But yeah, no, none of that matters because 15 years after the events of New Vegas, the show presents a depressing shithole once again with
Yeah, they could have done so much with California in that season, and it was just nothing. Dude, I talked to an artist about this who draws a lot of like Fallout stuff. Tungsten Hale, very talented guy, and even he basically said they need to stop focusing on the Brotherhood of Steel so much. Like, I get it, it's the iconography, it's like the mascot of Fallout, but they really should not. They should keep them more as like a cameo or something. They should not have such a main focus.
barely any society. Just everything has been completely reverted. Whatever faction you sided with and chose to rise to power with are completely fucking meaningless. They decided to take a big fat steaming pile of shit on each of these factions. The Legion and the Brotherhood of Steel become a group of
The Legion were in it for like 5 minutes as well. They were so bad. But I don't even mind that they got Home Alone in it. You know, Home Alone kid. That's fine. I'm actually happy he's making a bit of a comeback because he had some rough years. But man, the Legion in that sucked.
bumbling buffoons that are so idiotic, it's almost impossible.
It's like with the Fallout show, they focus more on the comedy, I feel. Everything is just kind of quirky to make it, you know, I don't know. It's not really black humor. It's just quirky.
to imagine that
Yeah, goofy. Goofy's the right word. There was always a tinge of like irony and satire in Fallout, definitely. You know, like they knew the nukes were coming, and instead of like trying to stop it, they were just like, wait, why don't we just like make money and make a bunch of shelters?
gaining any real power over the wasteland in the first place. The NCR get quite literally completely fucking nuked in the most anticlimactic way possible, and are barely present in the show until the end, despite, you know, laying claim to
Like, I get the main character girl. She's from a vault. She doesn't even swear. I understand that. You know, she's very kind of, she hasn't seen the outside world. That's why she's so kind of insular and like naive. But, you know, there is a bit of a line that needs to be drawn, I think.
huge amounts of territory within the Mojave Desert during the game just 15 years before the show. And of course, Mr. House becomes a cartoonishly evil capitalist, which clearly contrasts the way in which he acts in the game. Like, he's needlessly violent in the show, whereas in the game, he will only be violent if you're standing in his way. He's purely goal.
Thank you, Signal, for the 20 20 gifted. Oh my god. That's another 20 gifted, bro. Thank you. W's in chat for signal. There you go. It only took like $100 and I said your name right.
Orientated. He's not a chaos character. This could very easily be brushed off by diehard fans, but Tom Norwood 3
Tom Norwood 3
Howard decided to make it canon, meaning literally everything
Show that beanie, bro. Take that beanie off.
you did in New Vegas is completely meaningless.
That is actually the geeked up playing
If you
Xbox
get
all day.
elected to min-max Xing games, Balatro will ruin you because you can get Giga Seeds with Baron, Mime and Blueprint in conjunction or multiple legendaries at one. Looking forward to your new gambling addiction.
Thank you, Kilolnit. Stop it, man. Stop it. You're making me read every name so slowly. Thank you for the 10.
Each of the factions are just comedic set pieces designed to allow for the main characters to make quick comedic millennial quips. I guess it's implied that the courier fumbled the bag so atmospherically after the events of New Vegas that whatever faction he rose to power with were able to lose everything in just 15
Dude saying almost like he was excited, like he was on the edge of his seat, by the way.
years. Which of course makes complete sense. It isn't just Todd Howard trying to shit on anything Fallout related that wasn't created by him. It is also highly likely that this show will affect the story of the games moving forward if they ever fucking release Fallout 5. So based on this information,
Yeah, Fallout 5 is not coming out for another half decade.
it's pretty easy to understand
What was that name? He's used like 7 accents on it to make it look like it was like Nordic or something.
why the original fans are pretty pissed and criticized the show. Well, specifically New Vegas fans, I'm pretty sure the fans of the first 2 games are currently gathering dust in a ditch, and I don't know if the show can be played on CRT. The series retcons key events and rules to make way for meaningless millennial humor and political commentary from a company that displays the darkest aspects of capitalism
Where was the courier in season 2, by the way? That could have been really, really interesting to see the courier.
on a secondly basis.
Dude, you could have had the courier. You could have had like Big MT, the Big Empty. You could have had Ulysses. You could have had the Burned Man. Just 0.
Like, I'm sure they've done something fucked up, at least 3 things fucked up, in the time it took for me to say that sentence.
Is he dead? Nah, Ulysses can live at the end if you do some certain stuff.
It's also been forced to become such an integral aspect of the story by Bethesda that fans can't really just avoid its existence. It directly shits on the events, the games that we love. It's an understandable perspective
Also, Joshua would be like fucking 70. Yeah, who cares?
to criticize the show. Well, unless you are a new fan, that is. And then it's just idiotic, smelly gatekeeping from people who don't understand the franchise despite playing for decades. Throughout my time exploring various social media discussions regarding the franchise, I've noticed a common pattern. New fans tend to
You know the Burn Man actor was he was in The Dark Knight. Does anyone know that? I don't know why I know this. The actor that played Joshua Graham in New Vegas is in The Dark Knight for like 5 seconds. Christian Bale. Yeah, it's this guy here. It's this guy. It's kind of genius the way he says it.
I want my phone call. I want it. I want my phone call. How many of your friends have I killed?
I'm a 20-year, and I know the difference between punks who need a little lesson in manners and the freaks like you just enjoy it. And you killed 6 of them.
It's just how he mounts it.
actively belittle and make fun of.
That's the Burn Man. Yeah, he's like a voice actor. He was Terrence Kine in Dead Space as well. I remember that for some reason. In the original though, not the remake, in the first Dead Space.
The older fans who choose to
Oh yeah, he was in LA Noire as well. That's right.
criticize the show in any way. Although most of this
Fun
just boils
fact, it's rumored that Lucy McLean was at least somewhat inspired by Little Pip, the main character of a popular My Little Pony Fallout fanfic titled Fallout Quest.
Why would you know that? Who is giving me just My Little Pony factoids in chat? Thank you, Adam, for the 10.
down to newer fans calling anybody who criticizes the show
He's the Didact from Halo. I mean, he's got a very recognizable voice. He's got that kind of like grovelly voice. Let's have a look. Oh, this was Halo 4. This is when it started to fall off.
Infinity, this is Sierra 117 of the UNSC forward unto dawn. Do you copy?
It's so scary that this game is probably like well over 15 years old.
Infinity.
I just remember he's got like a really fucked hairline. Yeah, it's over. Norwooded. Yeah, I remember the guns that they used in Fallout 4. Halo 4, where they'd make themselves in front of you.
So fades the great harvest of my betrayal.
Oh yeah, I can definitely hear the voice. All right.
smelly New Vegas basement dwellers that need to touch grass, which happened to me, by the way. There are a few claims they make that we can touch on, however. First of all, that Fallout has always been a criticism of capitalism, and anybody who says otherwise just doesn't understand it. Although Fallout has actively made commentary on
Yeah,
capitalism.
I, the great Pyrus, will bestow on you the greatest donation spaghetti made. You can even date me and have a cool battle body.
Thank you, Nay. These names, bro, these names. $20 to bait that, by the way. $20. $20. $20.
Throughout its various games, that is not the central theme. Both the creators and title cards pertain to the idea that the franchise is about the dark realities of war. You know, war never changes. The fact that that appears every time you start
and 16 cents. Oh, was it you then? You knew how much you gave?
And end the game. And also the fact that the creators actively disagree that the game is a criticism of capitalism. Of course, the show is made by Amazon, and everything produced by immensely capitalistic corporations has to be a direct criticism of capitalism, obviously. So the show does focus on that quite a lot.
I think it's more because it came out on Prime. It's got certain goals and deadlines as well. Like, they will have so much oversight from the board and be like, this isn't actually applicable. Could you remove this? It's like Invincible. Oh, dude, I'm going to get so much hate for this. Thankfully, I'm not Queso, where everyone just clips what I says. But I don't think Invincible is that good of a show because it's on Amazon. If it was on another platform, I think maybe, I don't know about Netflix, but it's just, the animation for it is so rigid and so boring when it's not an action scene. When it's talking, the backgrounds look very washed out and dull. It's just serviceable. It's very serviceable. That's why when season 1, episode 1, the pilot, the end of that episode, when all the superheroes got beat up, that's why everyone was blown away, because that animation was really good. And also other factors as well, like there was no swearing the whole episode, there was no gore, and then suddenly it goes like suddenly 18 rated. But it's just, I get it. It's 40 to 50 minutes an episode. It's very long, longer than most animated shows. Like, I've watched Common Side Effects, even though a lot of people have grievances with the animation there. It grew on me over time. There's another show as well that was done by the same animation team, and it was on HBO Max. Someone will know this. Set on a planet. There's a solar flare that makes people crash land onto a planet. It's very animated. It's done by the same studio. It was on HBO Max. Please, someone help me out here. Not Rick and Morty. Not Rick and Morty. Scavenger's Reign. There we go. Fucking guy on Twitch chat helping out, by the way. People on YouTube chat are washed. But yeah, Scavenger's Reign. That was insane. But I think each episode is only like 20 minutes long. And because it's shorter, they have more time for, you know. And the worst thing is as well, Scavenger's Reign flopped so hard that they cancelled it, and then Netflix bought it for basically pennies to put it on their platform. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you try experimental things that look really, really good. I'll see if I can find the intro for Scavenger's Reign. Like, I would recommend everyone watch Scavenger's Reign. It's dead in the water. There is no season 2. Is there a season? Hang on. Scavenger's Reign season 2. I think it got cancelled. Yeah, it will not receive a second season on Netflix or Max, as confirmed by the co-creator. Dedicated fan base. Yeah, they're literally saying they want to make it, but they can't because no one's picked up on it. That is so depressing. He doesn't read the poor chat, only the paid super chat. What are you talking about, you crackhead? I'm just reading your message. But yeah, this intro is like cinema. Norwood. Too boring. Yeah, I'll put some Subway Surfers on the side. Yeah, I think it's really good though. It's done by the same team that did Common Side Effect. A lot of people hated Common Side Effect. How they've got like a funny big head. And I get it. It kind of grew on me over time. But it is the same team. The animation style, you can tell the similarities, but they look a lot more just like actual human shape. Not like comedy. Because it isn't like a comedy at all. It's really good though. It's, yeah. I don't know. I just think Invincible is just like, eh. The thing is, if Scavenger's Reign went onto Prime, it would have done really well. But I don't think Amazon was interested. So they put it on Max. And Max is really good, but it's nowhere near as accessible as Amazon Prime. So yeah, it's really disappointing. It sucks because I think Max probably gives them a bigger budget and more time. But then if they don't get insane numbers, then it's like, we're not going to redeem. Because what did they have on that? They got that fucking Velma show, and then that got a second season? Like, are you joking? That got 2 seasons. Yeah, very disappointing. It looks like Helldivers. Yeah, I guess the intro did look like Helldivers a little bit.
But it's simply facetious to claim that it has always been that way. It does blow my mind that modern media consumers will clap for any criticism of capitalism they see when it's presented by the most dystopian companies in the modern day. I'm not even a fucking fan of capitalism at all.
I don't think Amazon have as much involvement in the show as he's making it out to be. They are involved, but I think it's more oversight in like what they can and can't do, which sounds like I mean, it is a lot. I mean, they're not directly involved. They probably just have a checklist of like, okay, this is the runtime. These are the things you can talk about. This is what's going to make it brand friendly. Like when a company...
Do you like nuggets, Pyro?
I do. Thank you for the 10. Not even going to bother reading your name out. Keep giving me money. Keep giving me money. You're not going to bait me out. You're not going to bait me out.
I just hate when all media boils down to the same vapid talking points that are designed to divide people. The arguments run much deeper than that, however. For example, this one millennial Reddit-ass moment in New Vegas apparently proves that the franchise... For example, this one...
Dr. John Fallout diagnoses a terminally low discussion of caps in this conversation.
Millennial Reddit-ass moment in New Vegas apparently proves that the franchise has always been comedic, silly, and full of these types of quips, which in turn means there's nothing wrong with the Fallout show having...
I can't even tell if that was real or a mod or not. That has to be a mod, right?
Millennial dialogue every fucking 2 minutes. This is obviously idiotic because the base New Vegas has an estimated 25,000 dialogue choices with 65,000 lines of voiced dialogue, most of which being serious. At times...
Most of which voiced by like 7 people, by the way.
Depressing and always pushing the game's central themes. If you have to use a single piece of dialogue from a game to prove your point about a franchise, you probably don't know what you're talking about and you're just scrambling for arguments. This is obviously pedantic, but it proves that new Fallout fans are so quick to criticize older players for quite literally anything that might appear to be hypocrisy. The humor seen in the original games is also weaponized. Apparently, small examples of dark comedy and absurdity within expansive video game settings is definitive proof that the show has to have a millennial quip every 4 seconds.
Oh, that chicken nugget AI thing. Yeah, I saw that. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note of that. Dude, that is so good. Hey. I just got this animation done for a new bit in Total Chaos. Look at this. Look at what they've done. Look at this, man. Look how good this is. Look at this. Like all the painted back, like how everything looks like a watercolor painting. That looks so sick. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this video. I genuinely cannot wait for this video. Holy.
Second.
Sir.
How dare you address the great Kaiser?
Kaiser? Do you mean Caesar? I believe Kaisers were German, and you guys have more of a Roman theme, so I think it's Caesar.
Sort of the original pronunciation. Kaiser. Kaiser.
Well, in Fallout New Vegas, they say Kaiser in respect because that's the way you're meant to say it, and then the NCR purposely say Caesar.
You guys have more of a
Wait, what was
Kaiser.
What was that dialogue?
Do you mean Caesar? I believe Kaisers were German, and you guys have more of a Roman theme, so I think it's
Full
Caesar.
screen and do a I'm regretful face.
Full screen and do an I'm regretful face.
Pyro, I just want to let you know that the new Gertz attempt was shitty and was made by another donor that wasn't me. Do better and don't tarnish my name. Other donor. Also peak animation.
Thank you for the 10, Jungle. I'm not reading your full name out. I'm not doing it. Hey, Jesse, how about you do some fucking work and stop doing fake donos on my stream?
Sort of the original pronunciation. Kaiser. Kaiser.
Can't even be fucked for a 5-second fact check. They don't respect your intelligence. They don't respect the franchise.
Sorry, I just had to include that dumbass Dunning-Kruger moment. Makes me lose brain cells. Let's return to how the fans of the show treat the older, fairly criticized slop.
It's just dumb talking points designed to defend a show that is poorly written within the context of Fallout lore. The reason these people don't see it as poorly written is because they don't know anything about Fallout. As a show, it's probably written fine. I just can't
I don't remember Mr. Floating Head in Fallout 3.
handle it when it shits on everything that I love. The arguments don't particularly matter. Not because I think that arguments that I don't agree
She's from the vault, but whatever.
I'm trying to make a thumb, you dumb chud.
with should be immediately disregarded, but because arguments in this case are rarely presented. If a fan of the older games criticizes the television show, regardless of the validity, they will get called crusty ass New Vegas fanboys, or are told that the only reason they didn't like the show is because it doesn't run at 20 FPS whilst crashing 4 times an hour, which I guess is fair.
So this was a quick
Okay, fair point.
insert. I did want to provide examples of the stuff I'm talking about. I'm not going to provide...
Fallout New Vegas players, don't mess with us. We never played the game because it crashed on startup, but we will tweet about like 5 times an hour.
Too many, take way too long. But basically right here, this person says, I hate the show for many reasons. Even ignoring the disrespect to the law, he doesn't think it's a show anyway. But he will admit that this fight, pretty much all the live action elements, are very well done. Fair enough, that's his opinion on the show. First response, the show is very good and upholds a lot of the lore of the games.
A lot of the lore.
Spelled, by the way. Just because it doesn't follow
Rakai spelling.
the nerdy fucking lore that most of the fan base made up themselves doesn't mean the show is bad. So he gives no reason as to why he thinks the show is good. He gives no reason as to why the guy's opinion on the show being bad is wrong. He just calls people nerdy and says that all we care about is made up lore, which is, by the way, complete fucking bullshit. But hey, I guess it does prove.
I think some things in season 2 were cool, like that little flashback to Alaska to show the resource wars when China invaded Canada. I mean, America. But yeah, it's like it didn't have to be Walton Goggins. It could have just been some random guy, like a little, you know, self-contained story. Do you remember in the Last of Us show that everyone hates, even though I think it's really good? In season 1, that I think season 2, the beginning had a cold open to, like, was it Nepal or Thailand or somewhere, where it was showing that the fungus broke out over there and it was self-contained. It was never referenced again. I thought that was sick.
What the new fans actually think of the lore. They have no respect for it at all. Well, at least this
Pyro, it's Brigialios. I really need your help. I'm trapped in a toxic relationship and home environment. I sent an email with more detail.
What? Thank you for the 20. Thank you for the $20, Annan. Appreciate it.
Person doesn't, because apparently all the lore is made up, so it doesn't matter.
What?
This team of writers can just do whatever the fuck they want with the franchise. It doesn't have to fit into the lore at all, because it's all made up by us, by the way. This is obviously one just singular idiot, but it is surprising how much of it stems
Ironically,
down.
I had to look up a guide to actually play Fallout 3 on my Steam Deck. I almost gave up on playing it because it wouldn't even start. However, New Vegas soaks with no problem. I don't know what that says about the PC versions of the game's term.
Yeah, the New Vegas. You know the whole meme about alt-tabbing out of a source game? You do not alt-tab out of New Vegas. It is 10 times worse than alt-tabbing out of a source game.
This level's stupidity. And it's not even like stupidity, it's sheer disrespect towards the people that put money into the franchise to allow for the show to even happen in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, if nobody played and loved these games, this show would not exist.
Remember when everyone was coping that Fallout New Vegas was going to get a remaster because of season 2 of the show?
Wouldn't have their slop team. But again, if people don't like their slop, they will shit on all the things that made people fall in love with the franchise to begin with, such as the lore. Hey, it's kind of nerdy, but fuck it, I could be a nerd. And then somebody else. New Vegas fans when the show isn't a one-for-one recreation of their favorite modded shit playthrough. But that's not what people are complaining about, and that is the vast majority of the response. I genuinely have not seen one response to a piece of criticism towards the show that is fair in any way during this discussion. It's always just been people being like, oh, you're not allowed to not like it because
Look how much he flew back, man.
I think it should be like this fucking old game or something, but that's not the point that people have. I wanted to touch on this because I do legitimately think that modern entertainment is making people stupid, because sure, you're allowed to like the show, but provide at least one reason as to why you think it's good, rather than just like insulting and crying like a fucking baby and then claiming that the older fans are the...
I think this guy needs to use like more footage. I'm kind of zoning out because he's using the same 3 clips like over and over. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to skip ahead because him using the same clips over and over is just kind of rotting my brain a bit. Okay, no, I think he's stopped.
People who are crying like babies and being the gatekeepers, when that really hasn't been the case for what? People who are older fans are clearly allowed to not like the show. Like, even if they weren't older fans, an opinion, they're allowed to not like the show, but I think they have more reason to not like the show if they feel like something they love is being desecrated, and they can share their opinion on that. But they're being pushed out by people who are new to the franchise and are choosing to insult these older fans, and the only reason I can think of as to why is...
I think it's so scary that there will be people that watch the Fallout show that did not even play. Like, they were too young to play any of the games.
That they're such like crying manic babies that they can't...
New Vegas fans were the only ones crying. The worst thing is, I reckon most of the New Vegas fans have just never played New Vegas.
Even like...
They've just got their opinions from like YouTubers.
Fathom the idea that somebody else doesn't like something that they like, so they mold and cry. That's the only reason I can think of, because it's never any discussion. The show is clearly well produced because it's created by a fucking Goliath company, so criticism will come down to world building and writing. In my opinion, the writing fucking suck and it desecrates the lore.
The writing isn't bad. It's just nothing happens. Nothing happens. And get rid of the Brotherhood of Steel. Get rid of this guy. I do not care about this character. I forgot his name. But I don't care about this guy and his story and his little plight against the Brotherhood. I do not care. I really don't. Like, unironically, the most boring part of the entire show.
The opinion of somebody who made...
Anytime it would cut to that guy, I'd be like, oh my god, I don't care.
Don't care as much about Fallout.
Wait, he's with the Brotherhood, but he's like got internal conflict? Oh! And then you had the quirky man. What's the he was in the Eternals, the quirky man, Mr. Steroids. He was in it for like 2 episodes. He was meant to be the link to the Commonwealth. Yeah, this guy, Mr. Steroids. So this guy blasted like PEDs, and he got absolutely enormous. He was in the New Vegas season 2 for like 2 episodes. Like, holy blasting trend. My god. Bro was blasting it. He was on that peptide. He was on that trenbolone acetate. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely blasted. But yeah, he was in it for a little bit. Again, he was just... Oh, that whole B plot with the Brotherhood of Steel guy and him, that was so fucking ass. Like, I did not care. Oh, we're like brothers. We're like best friends, right? Oh no, he did a thing that's bad. I kill him now.
Writing could be very good from the opinion of somebody who soys over millennial humor and capitalism criticism like a fucking dribbling baby clapping at a screen. Yeah, sure, the writing probably good. That's why opinions can differ. And I know, like, it's...
The only cool bit about that part of the show was they shown a Securitron from New Vegas actually in action.
Salt shit on my main channel all the time. I try and back up my points with actual subculture theory.
Eating protein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You forgot the hypodermic needle, but...
Or some actual just relevant information if it isn't rage baiting. But, like, this can't just be rage baiting, surely, in this case, when I really have tried my hardest to find some real discussion surrounding this television show that doesn't just boil down to this, and I can't find it. But no, that's a little bit of, like, unscripted rant section. I will return to scripted.
While we're watching 2016 Pyro.
Part of the video now. This is all done for multiple reasons. For one, the Fallout show would not fucking exist if the older fans didn't play the games. And 2, franchises live off their most dedicated and die-hard fans. Trend hoppers who will immediately glaze the next streaming...
I mean, again, though, it was on Amazon Prime, so they definitely had certain deadlines that they were... certain goals that they were... and restrictions that they were forced to do.
Platforms.
They couldn't just make the show that they wanted. They had to make it... I mean, what's the show? Like PG-13 or something like that?
Slop television show are likely to just leave without...
They probably dropped like 5 F-bombs across the entire season.
Properly financially supporting the product or staying around long enough for their fandom to even fucking matter. They just come in, shit on the older people, and then fuck off. The problem is their initial viewing, which resulted in popularity for the show, will result...
It's not PG-13. The American rating's different to the UK. I'm thinking of 15. Because in the UK, you've got like 12, 15, and then 18.
In Bethesda, treating the series far different in the future. I can almost...
Dude, shut the fuck up saying skip. We're nearly done.
Was a guarantee. So if you're aware of my main channel, you'll know that I cover subcultural theory a lot in regards to music. The idea that tourists to a particular scene will dilute the meaning of what the art was supposed to be in the first place. This happens continuously, mainly due to this new idea that everything should be for everyone, regardless of the efforts put in or how genuine somebody is in regards to their interest in a certain piece of art. I believe this rings true in Fallout, and proves that the new surge in popularity and the culture surrounding it could result in the franchise removing quite literally every aspect that made the original games appealing and unique in the first place. Let's just turn everything into same slop shit. Pierre Bourdieu argues that art exists
in a large field of cultural production, featuring 2 sides.
The restricted field, basically making art for the sake of making art, and the large-scale production field, art intended to...
I will be honest, I'm so lost with the point that's trying to be made here.
Make money, basically modern day streaming service lot. So I think it's pretty clear where the different eras of Fallout lie. The original games are within...
Maybe I'm too stupid to understand.
The restricted field, as they require the fucking patience of a saint to get through. Fallout 3 and New Vegas are more expansive in terms of potential reach, but are still restricted because
just shows a tank.
They are games with immense amounts of depth that actually acquire you to read instead of soy-facing at a widescreen television. The games were created to make money, sure, but they had artistic integrity that stopped the product from diluting just for the sake of extra.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough, I think. That's enough. And it was a gift, by the way. Yep, that's enough. Anyways, all right, we'll commit.
Extra consumers, that's what keeps it in the restricted field. The television show exists in the large-scale production field, and that is not fucking subject. The production costs an average of $19 million per episode, and the show is on Amazon Prime Video. This shit is obviously intended to appeal to as many many people as possible to make money, and it has succeeded. When art transitions into a large-scale production field, shit...
We don't actually know if the Fallout TV show was a net benefit or not. Like, if they made profit, we don't know. Because whenever a show comes out on, like, Netflix or Amazon, they or HBO Max, they never release if it's done well or not, unless it doesn't get redeemed for another season.
Is watered down. Elements that may not appeal to a large audience are stripped away and replaced with tried and true formulas. In other words, the creativity is completely and utterly fucking nuked and replaced with these same tropes that we see over and over and over again. Only this time with costumes and set pieces that you recognize from Fallout Shelter. The success of the show is going to change Fallout, and I truly believe that each of the original fans are going to be completely pushed out of the franchise, and apparently that's a good thing. They're going to be replaced with the average Funko Pop consumer because you're more valuable to those capitalistic scumbags that you hate so much. Todd Howard is a stubborn man. He has his own clear vision for the franchise, one that differs massively from the original creators. In my personal schizo opinion, I truly believe that many of his decisions are entirely based on the fact that New Vegas is the most praised Fallout game by far. A game that he had...
I've always thought that. I've always thought he's kind of doing it out of spite a bit because New Vegas is the most respected one that he had the least to do with.
Zero-handed making outside of Ass. He appears to actively despise this fact. Fallout 4 was the start of Todd Howard's dark plan. The game is bright, enemies are bullet sponges, dialogue is heavily simplified and has no effect on the story.
I don't mind that the Fallout color palette was quite bright. I really don't. I think that was really needed, honestly.
Is to actively despise this fact. Fallout...
Like, did you know that Fallout 3 was so green? Because apparently the guy that designed it was colorblind, so he didn't even know. I'll see if I can find this little factoid. Hang on, it is really interesting. There was a developer that was colorblind. Oh, there we go. Yep. Fallout 3 is famously green, but series co-creator Tim Kaine couldn't even notice because he was colorblind. So he legit didn't even know. Like they made it green on purpose, but then the co-developers like, wait a minute, it's green.
4 was the start of Todd Howard's dark plan. The game is bright, enemies are bullet sponges, dialogue is heavily simplified and has no
He only created Fallout 1.
Effect on the story.
Are you here for the synth?
Tim wasn't on Fallout 3? I can't read.
I'm here to pick up an order. 2 large pepperoni and a calzone. Name is fuck you.
And the game is just akin to every other piece of slop that is shit out by the game.
Yes, no, sarcastic.
Gaming industry just fucking runs worse despite looking like extremely outdated. Although the game was atmospherically successful, it still received large amounts of push, which appeared to cause some form of change, as Fallout 76 in its current state reintroduces the complex dialogue and is a far more entertaining experience than Fallout 4 in my opinion. I'd even argue that the story and the dialogue's much better. The show is different and there is no turning back. It has made Fallout more successful in the mainstream than any game ever could. It has expanded its potential fans into the NPC consumer crowd that have no interest in Fallout outside of the show. They'll also purchase the most slop Fallout merchandise and of course appeal to Todd Howard because they insult New Vegas, the thing he seems to hate so fucking much. He would be much happier if every fan of the 2 original games and New Vegas just disappeared and stopped talking. He doesn't want that to exist in my personal opinion. And this all tells Bethesda a few things. The lore doesn't fucking matter, so they can retcon whatever the fuck they want and the overarching audience won't complain. In fact, they'll actually just...
Well, I think everyone's complained about it. Literally everyone has complained about it.
Defend the retcons just because they like the funny...
It's ironic because if you make something that appeals to the fans, the mainstream hates it. You make something that the mainstream likes, niche people hate it. Dude, I saw this one... I want to go over this right now. There was a review. The Guardian did a review of Iron Lung. This is single-handedly the worst review I've seen in my life. Because obviously Markiplier made that film for the fans, but more importantly, people that like horror games, which is very different to horror films. I'm not going to go over the whole review, but he gave it 2 stars, first of all. And again, it's like, you know, I remember seeing like Mark going over H-Bomber's review, saying like he cried over it. And H-Bomber gave him like a 3 out of 5 or a 3.5 out of 5. And that's a good review. Like Mark cried because he liked the review. But yeah, a 2 is just, you're just shitting on it. Like, I'm not saying that Iron Lung is a 5 in any way. I'm definitely not. But for a YouTuber doing a film that isn't Shane Dawson Smiley, like it's a huge step up. It feels not unlike spending 12 hours on Twitch with all the curtains closed. Trying to find some other points. Vaguely specific mission. Ram this, repair that, download something. Like a harassed dad ticking off his Sunday to-do list. This is such a short review. This is basically a radio play script that was insistently has to tell because this bare bones production has nothing much to show.
Will you play Rain World 3? It is a rage bait gem. Also, the Watcher DLC came out for it. I would also recommend a niche furry survival game called Scav Prototype / Casualties Unknown. It is like Terraria but brutal and unfair. 3os slap.
Thank you. Wow, for the 10. I want to play Rain World at some point. Even if you have a major case of main character syndrome to center yourself for 2+ hours while relegating your co-stars to voices off. So they're just saying he's got main character syndrome. Here's the worst thing. But he can't pull off the dramatic heavy lifting required to convert a short film's worth of plot into a watchable feature. At least Mr. Beast stunts get him outside. At least Mr. Beast's stunts get him outside. Where's the bit? Where's the bit where it says, like, this was sponsored by Mr. Beast visiting Dubai? Where is that? Why is that not in the article? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, stuff like this is just wrote with such bitterness. They're just saying, like, yeah, well, Mr. Beast goes outside at least. You can definitely tell that this is someone that just absolutely hates YouTubers. Man, that's terrible.
Ghoul Explosion Man on screen. This is pretty bad if you do believe the conspiracy that Todd is actively trying to shit on anything Fallout related that wasn't created by him. This could mean the complete destruction of rules and events that were written by the original creators. No morally ambiguous villain. No commentary on how the human spirit will always try to rebuild during trying times. That's completely gone from anything Fallout now. No endlessly branching stories with immense replay value. Just an overly colourful post-apocalyptic slop fest where every character is just one Reddit quip away from destroying capitalism once for all. That is one option. The other option, which is equally likely in my opinion, is that the new tourist to the franchise...
Very weird article. It was just wrote with so much hatred. Just say you don't like the film. Just say it could have been shorter. Everyone agrees Iron Lung could have been shorter. Everyone does. Everyone I've spoke to that loved it have said you could have easily shaved 20 minutes off, at least. Definitely. But they'd just be like, well, at least Mr. Beast goes outside.
We'll eventually get bored and move on to something else. Which means the lore that we have come to love as fans has been completely fucking desecrated to appeal to a group of people who don't even give a fuck outside of watching explosions on a screen to distract themselves from their wage.
I think they just had the problem where the board said to them, we're going to put it on Prime, so you have to make it as applicable as possible. You cannot make this show niche. That's the problem. When a show becomes bigger in scale, it has to appeal to more people. That's why it becomes a jack of all trades, right? Like master of none. It doesn't specialize in what made it good in the first place. It has to appeal to everyone.
I'm really baiting Reddit. It's alright, they already hate me from my main channel. Despite actually agreeing with the vast majority of the talking points that I present on my channel, it doesn't actually matter what you say, it's just how you say it. That is the mid-witted way. So this video is clearly just a quick little rant on something that I am very passionate about. Not as much research as I would put into other pieces of content, but I hope you did enjoy regardless. Also, I don't particularly like capitalism and its consequences. I don't want people to take that the wrong way. I just hate when that message is portrayed to you by capitalist companies and how consumers just lap that shit up. I just wanted to make that clear. I just find it a shame when all entertainment franchises are squeezed into the same easy to...
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to finish this. I understand the point.
Fat furries and I think about you, my glorious King Pyro Nate. Yours truly, love your lives. I watch everyone.
Thank you, Goon, for the 10. Yeah, I mean, no hate to that guy. That I really do understand the point he's trying to make. But it's just Amazon oversight. It's always going to be that. That's, again, and that's why it's going to have like 5 seasons. Meanwhile, something like Scavenger's Reign isn't. It's not going to, because there's just, it was too experimental. It was too niche. Oh, there's not a lot of dialogue. Oh, I don't really get what's going on. Oh, so that's the problem. When you have a show that's incredibly, it's got a wide range. Again, I made the argument earlier. It's like Invincible. It's like the animations, it's mid. The animation's mid. The animation is really mid. For the fight scenes, it's great. For all the, for the 30 minutes of talking per episode, it's just like, oh, like the guys do a great job carrying the performance, but it does just end up dragging a lot.